It'll take a few
minutes
minutes to show up anyway.
So
Yeah, it shouldn't need a link. It should just pop up and they should click. Let's get that staged. Good enough.
That's not the one I want. That's the one I want.
God, we're 17 seconds in and nobody's here. I'm starting to feel like nobody loves me. Gives me a chance to clean my lens. Although it said the server was having problems, so, you know. We'll see if it works.
I will pull it up on mine too, just so I can keep an eye.
Hey, it is working.
There's people messaging.
Hi guys. Hey, what's going on? So we got Sue and we got David W in here. How are we all doing today? We thought we'd just do a quick live and try to do a more honest state of Olympus address than what our politicians ever do. So we don't really have. Well, I mean, it was just a State of the Union.
True.
I didn't watch it. I want to hear bullshit. I can talk to children. So I didn't bother to listen to the State of the Union address. And that is not a political message. I don't listen to it no matter which party it is because it's always stupid. How's it going, guys? It is going really, really well. Actually, I'm getting over a pretty nasty cold, so don't mind if my voice is a little rough, but I'm feeling much, much better. I promise it's not COVID because I took a test.
My boss told. Oh, I can't say that. Never mind.
I didn't take live. That's the secret to not getting COVID. Just never take a test for it. That is bad advice. Please don't ban me, YouTube. Take a test for COVID if you feel ill and stay away from everybody you know, and don't pass on the super cold. It is a serious thing. I mean, I make light of it, but
yes.
There have been a lot of people who have died. You know, but there's been a lot of people who died from the flu too. Just saying. So I am feeling better. So what we really wanted to talk about today is really. The funny thing is, we talk about super cold. If you guys are Stephen King fans, I like to call it Captain Trips. And my wife is like, what is Captain Trips? I'm like, man, if you go read The Stand, you'll understand what Captain Trips is. Terrible, terrible. Well, from Germany. So, Enrico, I got to ask, since you're in Germany, are you a German citizen or are you an American soldier stationed in Germany? We have a lot of those over there, too. We love our Americans. We love our German citizens, too. My brother was actually born in Germany due to my dad being in the military. Fly bothered me there. So, when am I coming to build a snowman?
That goes for David.
Oh, there's no snowman. It is a good book. It is. So, Question Girl is probably online herself. She's doing parent-teacher conferences as a teacher today, so she will not be with us. I know. That's why I'm here. I'm like, I got some time. I'll just knock this out because I can't be home anyway. I am banned from the house for a few when she does that. And she's pretty tired because we went to the K-State game last night with a big win for my Wildcats, so that's awesome.
Incredible win.
It was.
The 3-pointer from near half court.
From the power cat just daggered that shit.
Throw it up.
Woo! So
game.
we just kind of want to do a question and answer session. If you have some questions about what we're doing this season, some of the things you've seen on some of our videos that you didn't understand what the hell I was talking about because every now and then don't make much sense, or you want some clarification, this is when we do that. And then we'll sign over to Patreon and do the same thing. So if you guys have something, you can definitely ask me there, but I'll get to it here. So far, our season's going really well. I expect us to be busier than we were last time. So, we've been building snowman in Texas. Yeah, you guys did get a lot of snow down there and ice. Which, when you get ice in Texas, it's like the whole world melts. Nobody knows what the hell to do with it. Here, we're just like, whatever. You go up to Minnesota, and I think it's like Christmas. Every day it snows. They love that crap up north. So, we are, I think, what do we say, 6, 7 ovulations currently?
7.
And so we are
a couple that are close.
We're expecting 7 sets of eggs in March, which I think will put us ahead of where we were last year, which is a good thing. So we hope to improve our numbers from last year. We're going to have a busy off season. We're having eggs, when I say off, the incubator's full, and all of those are moving out because shipping is going again. We will have a busy off season. We're going to be doing some baby rack rebuilds to replace some heat units and some things in there that we think are maybe not being as, what's the best word for it? Consistent across the board.
Yeah.
That maybe causes some, actually she has ovulated. She is not had her shed yet, but she has ovulated. So we do expect babies from her again. She's been pretty solid the last couple of years. So
this was a big ovulation.
Fingers crossed. But she has gone. So it's, yeah. Unfortunately, last year, she did give us, for the first time ever, a visual snow spider.
Yeah.
I can't laugh about that. It broke my heart. The little thing struggle bust and dipped on me.
I'm not laughing at the fact that it died. I'm laughing at the fact that I kept forgetting that clutch happened because it happened so early on.
It was a very
one of the first clutches. So almost all season, I kept like, oh, when is that clutch going to drop? And then I was like,
so what's going on, Shelby? So yeah, she's going to do well. I expect her to go. Hopefully we get another True Ghost because, it would suck to have one in my hand and not be able to keep it. That really blew chunks. It was a male. Although in the True Ghost, I'd almost prefer a male because I can bring back to her and just rock out True Ghost like on a very consistent basis. Because a visual True Ghost to her is going to be basically 1 in 3, I think. Because you're going to either get Xanthic, Het for whatever, albino, or you're going to get albino, Het for Xanthic, or you're going to get the double. Ain't no way around it. Because you have a visual passing on both is what she catches there. So, yeah, hopefully that happens. What do we have there? How's it going, Rob? Jennifer? So, yeah, that's kind of what's up there. One thing I wanted to address, so you guys know, JoJo's on here. Howdy, fellas. Hope I didn't miss much. Now, we've only been on for about 6 minutes. You didn't miss a thing. And Anna didn't get much warning, so she gave as much as she could, I promise. This is one of those spur of the moment things like, well, fuck it, let's just go live. Oh, thank you, Somerville Serpents. I appreciate that. And you have a quick question. What is the fastest you've gotten eggs and the longest time it's taken you to get eggs from when you started pairing in November? Well, I mean, starting to pair, we usually pair right around the beginning of November, that's correct. I'd say the fastest we've ever had eggs is about March. I mean, I think I might have had a clutch in February once. But usually it's about March. It's kind of where the season really starts for us. The farthest has been, of course, we'll start pairing in November. We'll pair for a long time, right? So, that's doesn't stop for quite a while. I've had them as late as November. And of course, then that female doesn't get paired again for a while. And that's having eggs from the same season. And we'll probably stop pairing. We're still pairing now, and we're in February. We'll probably stop pairing for good around May, I'd say, is about when we say, okay, if they haven't, they ain't got it kicked past the goal yet. They're never going to. And then what will happen too sometimes is retain sperm. We have a few clutches this year that I honestly believe will be retained sperm. And the reason I believe that is one in particular is a super lesser. So it's a bell. We were breeding to a mystic potion this year. We never observed a lock and we have eggs. We don't have eggs. We have an ovulation and a prelay shed. So I don't think the mystic potion is a dad. I think it's going to come from last year. My hope is, since we bred pretty late into the year, that if we get that, we're not dealing with a complete season old and not where she's not using that sperm 2 seasons in a row, and now we're getting the leftover yucky sperm that swims the wrong way, and we hopefully won't get a shit show of a clutch. But I do have some concerns about that. So, yeah, Mystic Potions are badass. As a matter of fact, our screenshot on this is a Blackhead to Mystic Potion, which is one of our pairings. That is one which we have not seen lock yet. But that Mystic Potion, we have seen him lock. He is a proven male. We do trust him. The reason for going to the lesser is because it'll make 2 different kinds of bell. There ain't no way around it. So the only thing I don't like about Mystic Potion is, for my eye, I have a very hard time identifying Mystic and Mojave as babies. So if I'm going to do it, I prefer to put it to something that's going to help me do that at this point in time. We also have a super Mojave down there that we're breeding that Mystic Potion to this year, I believe, which will give us then Mystic Potions or Super Mohos if she goes.
And there are visual locks on that one.
And that one does have locks. So the Mystic Potion is locking. We just haven't caught him locking to the blackheads yet. So, no problem. I appreciate the super chat. That really helps us out a lot. One thing I want to tell you guys is we talked about doing more YouTube videos, and we did it for a month, right? We were nailing it out. And one thing we noticed is it really helped our analytics. And it really helped everything. It helped everything for our channel. It helped us on Patreon too, because more people were getting our videos, seeing how much we were doing, and joining Patreon. It was a big thing for us. And then we kind of sucked at it. We just didn't do it for all of December, I'd say, or all of January. I think we did it in December.
And we stopped around Christmas time.
Yeah, we didn't do it in all January. And we haven't picked it back up yet. The thing about it is it's something we wanted to really work hard to try at. It's very difficult right now because of everything we have going on. But what it has told us is that when we have time, that is something we need to do. And it's definitely going to be in the plan for after life changes in August. So it may be until then where you will see a lot more videos coming from us, like to 4 to 5 a week kind of thing, as opposed to 2. So there'll be different styles. We're going to do some different things with that. We got some plans to really kind of flip that on its head and refresh a lot of this. So but I also don't want to refresh it and lose it. So when we're going to refresh it with the new stuff, but we're going to keep the normal stuff just how we do it, and you are going to get more of these live. So, and Quintel Palmer says, I just bought, lost, I'll get back to that. I just bought a 292 gram python, and it hasn't eaten yet in 15 days, lost about 8 grams. Any tips? So my first thing I'd want to know for you is how often are you trying to feed it? If you're trying to feed it more than once a week, slow down. Don't feed more than once a week. 2, shrink your meal size down. That's not a very big snake yet, so you can go with a small meal and it'll be fine. Get you a meal that you can literally leave overnight. And what you can do that with is, you can do that with a mouse hopper. The worst thing they're going to do is nip at that snake, which is very unlikely, and they won't even really break the skin. They'll leave a little bit. That's pretty unlikely. And sometimes in that private environment, you'll get that feed to happen. You can also do it with like a crawler rat if you don't want to use a mouse hopper. But go smaller than what you've been going. Leave it in there longer. Don't leave anything that can hurt the snake, though. That's, the 101. But definitely do something like that to try to spread that along. We get to the next one there. 48,000 ball pythons for sale on Morph Market. Where do you see that number in 2025? Ooh, let me catch up, and that's a good one. Just got my first clown and a band of orange dream pie, and a champagne clown pie, and a normal het pie. Man, you're getting some pie shit going. That is awesome. And then hit the like button. I agree. And then I miss your YouTube videos. They're up twice a week, David. We haven't slowed them down. They're up twice a week still, but the extra ones aren't up. How should you pair? Oh man, that's a loaded question. So but let me get this 2025, and that one's take me a lot of time to go out. You really got to look at what you want to make, and that's how you pick that. And Enrico, don't forget to tell me, are you a German citizen or American soldier? I'm going to love you either way, bro. It don't matter. I'm just curious because I love it when we do get to hear from our soldiers overseas. Now, how do I think it looks in, was that 2025?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's 48,000 for now. Shit, man, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't really have a solid answer to that. And I don't get stumped very often. And rather than just blurt out some shit, let me tell you where my thought process is. One, we look at 48,000, and some people kind of freak out and say, oh my God, the sky is falling. There's so many snakes for sale on Morph Market. 48,000 in the whole scheme of things isn't that bad. I mean, you think about people who are interested in animals, 48,000 means there's not even enough snakes for sale on Morph Market to fill Bill Snyder Family Stadium if you put a snake in every seat. Okay? We can't fill one football stadium in America for an average size Division I college. That's something to think about. So it's not that there's more snakes than there are people, or more snakes than there are reptile people. If Brian Barczyk can get millions of views on any video he puts out there, 50,000 snakes is not as much as it sounds like. Now, I will tell you certain genes you're going to see rise and fall. You saw that before. You saw that after. There is no magic difference in the market than what has always happened. And what I mean is there's bigger. So the ball python market always has kind of done this, right? New genes will be here, then they'll kind of do this. And it's always been that way, and it'll be that way for all the time. It's going to continue to be that way. And I'll get to some of those questions, but I want to really kind of hit this point because that was an excellent question. Then we'll try to get back to some of those. But COVID and all of that, and it really wasn't so much. I mean, COVID, people are at home. A lot of people are at home. So now they're working from home. They have more time. They can't go do anything. You can't go out with your friends to beer. You can't go out to eat. You can't. I mean, so you're at home. What are you going to do? I mean, you get tired of watching people on the internet. So you find a new hobby to get into, or something that can occupy your time. And that's what I think led to some boom. And then people have money in their pocket from the government. That led to some boom. So there's been some boom in it. And that's going to cause a higher spike, which we've seen, and it's going to cause a lower dip. And then we're going to get right back to business as usual. Like, I am not afraid of the sky falling in the ball python market. Not at all. As a matter of fact, it's going to fall at times. It's going to go back up. We've talked about that multiple times. It's going to have ebbs and flows, and you can actually win when it ebbs. When it goes down, there's a chance to win there if you're in for the long haul. You're going to get rid of some of the shorts, but we've always had people come in short time, get rich quick, and then get out. That always happens. It's happened since you've been in animals, And I don't think it's unique to ball pythons. Nope. It's across the board, y'all. So will there be more or less? I don't know. And I don't care. Like, also, morph market is one aspect. When we say the ball python market's doing this because of morph market, morph market sets the bar for all the ball python market. It doesn't. It doesn't. Like, it's the largest online marketplace. That's what it is. There are people out there. I'm one of them who prefer shows, right? And as shows are back online and doing more, you also may see Morph Market not have as many things, or things come off of more because people put them on Morph Market, take them to a show, sell them on a show, pull them off Morph Market. That'll happen too. You're going to see that happen. You're going to see a lot of those things going on, and I don't think you're really going to see a big dip. You may see a dip in prices for a while. You'll see jeans dip. You'll see all of that, but the ball python market is going to stay. It's going to stay. I guarantee you. I'm not concerned. Now, I'm sure people said the same thing about, Blockbuster when Netflix came out. So I could be totally fucking wrong. But, and that's a great, Sue. That's spot on. Work with what you love, focus on quality. And if you do that, no matter what the jeans you love do, you're going to be okay in the end. Because if you're in it, that you are. You're not, because that's not in it to get rich. It's in it to do right. So let me scroll back up. I missed a bunch of shit while I was on that.
And also that number also might be inflated because I just looked. I posted 2 snakes. When is this? I can pull this because they're still on there, and it was years ago that I posted those.
Enrico, you got some nice clutches going on there. Glad you get to catch a live Vision Reptiles. On import identification. Oh, Jesus, man. I've never actually brought in imports. If it looks like something, it probably is something. Don't make a new line of yellow belly and call it something new. And if you do think you have something new, do the work before you say it's something new. Like, you can talk about a Dinker project, you can show it as a Dinker project, you can name it a project, but before you say, this is new, do the work. There's a reason why I say that. We now have Coral Glow Banana, and those came out at the same time. So I don't fault those guys. They had no idea. They both proved out something, and there it was. But there's 2 that are the same. We have Lesser Butter, 2 that are the same, right? We have they proven that Enhancer and Desert Ghost are the same yet?
They're at least allelic.
So we have an allelic, Enhancer, and Desert Ghost, right? It's the same shit. If people would have done the work, we would have not had to do that.
Monarch, Ultramal. There's a couple others.
Yeah, isn't Mario the same as something now too?
Jungle Woman,
Mario. So we wouldn't have all these same names. That people would not be so quick to say 100% this is it. And then once you put that out there, it's hard to walk it back without feeling like a dumbass. So people don't walk it back. I get that, and that's not a shot at any one person in particular. It's just how the markets work. I don't like how that part is, but that's what I would say. Like, if you're doing imports and you think you have something, and I know people who are working on something in here right now, we've got something we're working on imports, popped up in collection, work to prove it out, and you can talk about it, but be fully open on what you're working with. And if you do claim it's new and not like something that it's similar to, be able to back up how you know that, or be able to show why you think what you think, and then be prepared if it turns out not to be, to be able to take that shot, walk back, and say, you know what, here's where the evidence is pointed us to now. That'd be my only thing.
And as someone who has brought in imports and worked to imports, something I would recommend doing is don't just buy a single import, buy a bunch of different ones to kind of increase your odds. Because you have to remember, these guys have been importing ball pythons for so long. If they see something that they think is going to bring in big money, that stuff's already been picked through and scavenged.
Yes, so it has.
Buy a bunch just to increase your odds.
Kayla's Python's excellent question. How do you personally price your hatchling snakes? Do you go by other people's prices, or by your personal reflection, or the genes, cleanliness, or availability? A bit of both. It's a bit of both. There are some things that I'm willing to be more at the top of the market in, because I believe my line is, or what I've done to line breed should be there. There's other things we're going to kind of look at what the going market is. The market always affects where I price. I don't want to pull out my ass. I'm always looking around, and I do use Morph Market as a great tool for that. But again, I'm not anti-Morph Market. Morph Market is not our end-all, be-all god of what we do, or it shouldn't be for anybody. But
and just because it's posted doesn't mean that's what it's going to go for.
Right. When you get to super high-end stuff, I will tend to look at what's sold, because just because this 47 gene clown is there for $80,000 doesn't mean it's $80,000. I want to see what's actually selling. and go from there. Now, if it's a really, really unique animal, it is, you're kind of pulling at your ass a little bit. And Peyton says, you guys inspire me to get back into snakes. I got a yellow belly pied and picked up a pastel russo too. I'm looking to get a pair, to pair them with the banana leopard pie to start making some cool combos. So excited. Thank you. Hey, we appreciate that. That's what we want to do. We want to inspire people to chase their hobby to whatever level they want to be at and enjoy it. That's the main thing. My floss was, we talked about that too. Great way to look at it, Chad. I prefer shows as well. So I'm not the only one. Morph Market's nice if you're in a rush, but honestly, there's a marathon. You shouldn't be in a rush. Bing, 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 bing. Thanks for the answer. Avid fan from the Philippines. Well, welcome. I only have one champagne ball python, but every time I watch our videos, I feel like I have plenty of snakes. Glad we can help you with that. Need advice if you have time. I've been pairing only 2 adults for 5 months now. I keep them with each other 4 days on. Witness 5 vlogs. I've had no results yet at all. Temps are perfect as well. It just takes time. The problem is everybody starts to think like mammals. You know, in mammals, they breed, and then you kick one past the goalie, and then you get pregnant. And reptiles, snakes in general, are different than that. They can pair now, and they can retain that sperm and have a baby 2 years from now, or a set of eggs. So just because you haven't seen the results doesn't mean the deed isn't done. It's just a matter of she's going to ovulate when she damn well pleases. The big thing is keep providing good tips, keep providing good food, keep rolling. Even if she starts refusing food, still offer. Keep going until you see that ovulation. It'll probably come. Probably. Watch for those signs. But don't worry about, oh, they bred, and a week later I'm not seeing anything. That doesn't mean shit. That's a mammal thing. Right?
Yep.
I mean, that's why I don't get big into the whole beep, 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 beep things. They're cool. I like to use them. I have one around, but you don't have to like, oh, well, my follicles are this size. I have to breed now. This isn't like trying to knock up your wife, okay? Where you're like, oh, ovulation's at this point in time. This is when we... No, it works totally different. They're built different. And it's almost alien, but they're built different.
Also, 5 months. I mean, that would be like, we started pairing in October. It's now February. That's 5 months. And of the 60 snakes, I think we have 7 ovulations.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be too worried.
Yeah, I ain't worried about them. How many high intensity? I mean, we have Orange Dream. I don't know how high intensity it is. I mean, it's not my favorite thing. I'm not a big Orange Dream guy. I just got it. What kinds of perks do patrons get? Love what y'all do. Thank you for what you do. Well, they're supposed to get a T-shirt at 6 months. We're a little slow on that sometimes. There is a good email to send, and if you lose envelopes or when Auto brings envelopes down your name on it, we'll send it usually within 6 or 8 weeks. Even if they're on there for 6 months and drop off, as long as they send that information on them, we'll still send them a T-shirt. That's at the $10 level. The base level at the $5 level, they get access to every time we do a YouTube video, we do a Patreon video. So they're going to access to that extra video content on a daily basis. They get access to all of our sales lists before anybody else ever does. Before I take it to a show or anything, it goes to Patreon. We have a very active Discord where they are allowed to buy and sell to each other on the Discord. So we encourage a small market there of people that you talk to and know to try to avoid scams and things like that. They also, what else do they get? Oh, I post on Patreon almost daily.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm pretty good about 5 to 6 days a week minimum of some kind of post, whether it's a video post, a live, a photo post, a vlog. Sometimes it's my life. Sometimes it's reptile related. Sometimes it's just some weird shit that comes out of my brain. Sometimes it's K-State because I do love my cats.
If there's a spot available, because I haven't looked at it in a while, at a certain level, you get to make me homeless for a
you
weekend.
can make Caleb homeless. That's at the top end at the $100 level.
Oh,
you can actually come throw Caleb out. He'll stay in my spare room or in his girlfriend's house, and you can stay at the reptile facility, which is right by my house. Film with us. We'll spend the weekend with you as long as it's, you got to plan that shit so we know we're around. And, you get to kind of just hang, and if you come down during football season, pick up a game ticket, because I do not have spare game tickets, and you can go tailgate with us, and you know what I mean? We'll feed you. It's a great time. So you're more than welcome to do that too. That's at the top level after so long. So shipping discounts, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, there is shipping discounts.
All kinds of stuff. My wife just sent me a message. So what kind of...
That's the one.
Oh, okay, you got it. Black pastel cinnamon. Yeah, there's another one that I think is probably... I don't know if they actually have been kept separate enough that I personally think it's the same gene, but 2 different lines where you can actually see a difference. So, saw that one. Having a hard time pooping, hatchling. Ooh, so if they're having a hard time pooping, give them a soak. Sometimes that will get them to take a poop. And sometimes it won't. What else you can do is soak them. You can use a little bit of lube. Sometimes you can gently massage their belly because they'll get them to poop. If you feel a really hard lump in there, you may have a little bit of an issue, and you may have to it out of there, which is kind of rough. Find somebody to help you do it the first time because you're going to feel like you're killing that animal. And sometimes if you can't get them to poop, that's not a great sign. But if you can get that out of there, a lot of them will come out of it. So, thanks. One to hit a champagne clown hat pied for them. The banana orange dreams of big head and clown. Yeah. I think you're on the right track, man. So what's up, everybody? You're chuckling at something. What are you chuckling at?
I'll tell you later.
Is that shit popping up here on my text?
No, there was something
I missed.
Yeah, well, that's what we're gonna leave it at.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Was somebody picking on me?
No.
All right. Heck, we raise cattle, not snakes. By subscribe to your channel. Thank you. Long ago, believe it or not, your snake profit strategy videos apply also to any kind of livestock, which
that's
is
true.
Yeah, which is pretty awesome because my grandpa was an old cattle farmer back in the day. So, caught it live. How's the Hellfire project coming along? Any genes you're excited to throw into it? I'll talk about that once somebody get a couple of these comments. Okay, honest, we'll send you some shit out. Alex, there you go. Sweet, I kind of live. Hello, all. You are welcome. My greed, of course, made some happy faces and a sad face. I'm almost on there. Thank you for that. Hey, guys, I'm having an ASF issue. They have like these lumps all over their face on the body. Only a few of them have it removed and ASAP, but I'm not sure what it could be. Feed them off and start a fresh colony.
Yeah.
That's what I hate to say, but they're probably getting kind of old. So start saving up some babies to raise and feed them off. If you pair with a couple males, you can end up with babies from both dads in one clutch. You can, but that makes it very difficult to identify sometimes. Discord actually starts at the $5 level. So every level gets Discord, but we prefer to get to the $10 level. But yeah, every level gets Discord. We want to make it there at the end. That's at the beginning. So, we have a male we've retired because he throws fucked up babies every time. And we didn't even breed him last year, and he still managed to throw fucked up babies because he had retained sperm clutch. So yes, if I have one that throws consistent problems, no matter what female I put into, I retire him. And that would be my one-eyed trouser snake, which is really funny to say I had to retire my very own one-eyed trouser snake, but I did. That's, he's big though, but he's in there. He had to be retired. The Mandarin gene, I don't know much about it. I haven't really played into it. Jelly, like roll? No. Although things might be changed. They might be. We might be doing some new things. Probably in August we do it, so popping Matt. Steakhouse is my favorite big. Anna likes to come down here. Yeah, she kicked Caleb out the other day. So, okay, we got all kind of caught up. There was one thing I was going to tell me we got caught up. Oh, the Hellfire. So the Hellfire really, I don't know. I have no idea what happened to Chris Hardwick. I haven't noticed because I'm so damn busy working like 47 jobs until I can get out of there in August. Do you know?
I don't.
We'll
I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Chris,
hopefully he's okay.
Come back.
Yeah, don't leave us, Chris. We like you, buddy. The Hellfire project. So that really relates to just what I was talking to earlier, right? Don't name something until you know, unless you're going to really talk about it. So Hellfire, we are excited. We're excited about it because this year we hope to learn some new stuff. Right now I have one Hellfire that is on ovulation currently. Now she is. Do you want to grab her?
Yes.
We can show her off. Why not? She is the one that has never had eggs. She was paired with a calico this year. We never observed a lock. I want to double check. I think she was paired to a super pastel exanthic last year. So I'm really hopeful because that's the answers we really need. Because what we don't know yet is we don't know if Project Hellfire is actually a new gene or if Project Hellfire is a new line of pastel. Breeding to a super pastel will help us figure that out. So go ahead and put her up there on the camera there. As you can see, her colors are really, really nice for her size. And that's not in glow. That's just how she is. Pattern's also really tight. I mean, it's just kind of wonky. So that's what we're working on. If you guys haven't seen an ovulation, hers is starting to retract already. We'll see if we can't get her to hang for you. Hellfire. You got auto-corrected. So you're not going to see much there. You see a little bit there because it's already starting to shrink down, but she should go for us this year, which is a big deal for me because, then you can also just, there is some similarities to pastel. That's why we're calling them pastel-like when we first hatched them. But the babies and combos and what's looked different gotten us really excited. So, yeah, it is something we created a Stormy and are trying to prove, but it actually may end up being just a new line of pastel that popped up. It came out of a straight champagne we've bred multiple times, bred to our Blitz, so we've also bred multiple times. We've even bred them together again since then, and never had that. So Hellfire, if it proves out, will be an entirely new morph. But there's not a lot known about it. We hope it to be an entirely new morph, but I can't say it is yet. It's a project right now. If we breed it to super pastel, we hope to get some answers. We'll know every baby gets pastel, and if we can tell the difference between a pastel Hellfire and a super pastel, that would be really, really nice, right? And that's what we're hopeful for. So what we can tell you, and we've got plenty of videos on if you want to pull one up, because it'll be forever if I get into it now, is we made pastel blitzes, we made Hellfire blitzes. And the Hellfire blitzes are vastly different than the pastel blitz. Like, it's all day long. You can really see it, and that's what really got us excited that maybe this is something different, you know, because there are other jeans that look kind of similar. Orange Dream to me looks kind of similar to pastel, but it's going to act differently. So that's what we're hoping for. But again, if we breed it to pastel, we prove it to be super pastel, we're going to tell you, because that's the right thing to do. We're not going to like try to hold up that it's still something unique, because that just fucks the entire hobby over. And at the end of the day, why would we do that? I know why. You know, the funny thing is, people will tell you that if you breed spider, you're all about the money. Which is really funny, because spider pretty much adds zero value to an animal when you go to sell it anymore. But yet, all about the money is withholding knowledge that you know will hurt your pocketbook. That's being all about the money. Or focusing your beliefs based only on your pocketbook. Like, if I wanted to believe it was new no matter what, and kept that belief, even if all signs were pointing to it just being pastel, and I withheld that because I want to believe what's right for my pocketbook, that would be being all about the money. So, just me on that. So, are there any new projects you are looking to buy into over the next year or two? Man, right now I just want to get through, but probably we'll probably buy some new stuff.
Yes.
You know, and we've had new stuff pop up too before, if you follow us for a long time, that we were very open and very honest about and proved to not be genetic. And David W. could tell you all about that, because he was really heavily following that, and that was our darkness project. We had a snake that there were two of them were born that were super, super dark. They were both double heads. They're double heads. They may have been dark. We've never reproduced another one. It is not genetic. It was just weird. Sometimes weird isn't genetic. These we have reproduced, so we're already a step ahead there. So, has anyone asked you for a demo on popping? I saw a quick mention. I know it's something I need to learn, but I'm terrified of hurting my noodles. We actually have that up. If you search Olympus Reptiles, how to pop a snake, it should pop up there for you. The easiest thing though on that is, because it's really hard to show pressure in a video, and there's a certain amount of pressure you need, is to find somebody to show you. That was what I did. It was old Scaly Dave who taught me how to pop, and he actually did it by letting me feel the pressure he uses. And when I could feel that pressure, that was so helpful in me learning. So that's what I would recommend, is find somebody local that can help you do that. Thoughts on Trojan Gene? I don't know a damn thing about Trojan Gene.
I like it. I'm curious to see what is done with it. I'm not I know it's a new gene. I'm not completely sold on it. It's something I want to get into, but I think it can do cool things.
Is it for sure new, or is it possibly something?
No, it's definitely something different. But JKR's working with it. He'll find something that it fits with perfectly. I'm not that kind of guy who can just look at a gene and be like, oh, this is going to do where this project goes. So,
and for those of you who are newer to the game, JKR's can do the same thing. We always say the old one.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. Sunset, maybe. We may get into that. I don't know, though. So, Sunset's probably not the most expensive anymore. I don't think. It's expensive, but I think there's probably shelter more expensive. So, oh, yeah. Some places suck on their rules. That's for sure, Jeremiah. I just want to pop. Again, if you can find local, you'll be better off. Did I use a scale? Oh, I used something to get just some pressure. Look at that. I was smart. I was thinking. I went out of poop. I could make one.
Hellfire Kryptons.
That's right. Dennis, they're going to be a ways off. What's the most expensive morph right now in the market? Shit, I don't know. I mean,
I think Monsoon's probably up there. Sunset's probably
2
up
lives
there.
in the same week. It's like Christmas.
Zebra.
Yeah. Long-term project Sunset Trojan Pies. So yeah, Anna is always on it. Without her, we would probably fail miserably a lot of times. Yeah. All right, guys. So we've been at this for about 35 minutes. I love it. You guys have done great about asking us questions. That keeps us going. So is there any more questions out there before we look at hopping off and sliding over to Patreon for a little while, so then I can slide over to my house and get some dinner? I believe it's lasagna on the menu tonight when the wife is doing parent-teacher conferences. So I do. I pay you the big bucks. If I could get a comically big $1 bill, I'd certainly give it to you. We pay like ass. So the difference is, we get a drink here. Discord is a chat server, okay? And Discord started the gaming industry, so Lana tells me. So what happens though is Patreon is a paywall. So you have to like join our Patreon to get behind that paywall, to see all the extra content that we post there, the list, etc., etc., etc. That also gives you access to our Discord server, which you can't have access to it out. And it should automatically all link up as long as you use the same email, do all the magic stuff. And if it doesn't work, Anna will help you. And once you're on there, then hey, you're on there. It's cool. You know, you can join in and do all that stuff. But Discord has servers for all kinds of things. Some are free, some are behind the paywall, like Patreon or however the link is set up. So the Discord, though, came about. It was Anna's idea, so credit where it's due. And I was a little cold on it at first. Had to really kind of think about it and decide it would be a good idea. And what I really love about it is it's morphed our Patreon into more of a community. The Patreon messaging system is dog shit too. So if you're on Patreon, you just get my cell phone number. And if you need me, just fucking text me, because if you send me a message on Patreon, I am not probably going to get it. It sucks ass. So we just put our cell phone number out there, and you just text me. I mean, it's my personal cell phone. Like, I don't have a separate Olympus phone. I did for a little while, and I got annoyed having to carry two. So I went to one. So you just, I may not get back to the next 5 minutes, but that's what it's for. So I'll get back to you. Actually, it automatically kicks them off the Discord. So it all happens automatically. So, and the reason for that is part of those benefits come with that fee. I mean, that's kind of how we pay some of our bills around here. So we want to keep that one. Because I know that kind of sucks. People think that's not fair. I get it. But look at it this way, I mean, everything is a subscription based nowadays. That's kind of how the world's gone. And so we try to give a whole lot more for the $5 than what anybody else does. That's our goal. Our goal is to make sure that somebody joins it, that they're getting their money's worth. That doesn't mean we're always on time. And it doesn't mean we're not human and don't fail, because this isn't the only thing we do. And there's been a lot of learning curve for us, man. I'll own that all day long. But we want to make sure that there is more content and more ability to connect than what you get anywhere else. That's our goal. So yeah, I appreciate that, Chad. I appreciate that. I think it is. So, thank you, Stormy. I do appreciate that. And but again, I do want people to get value. Like, if you're willing to throw me $5, which, I mean, I guess I should have raised all the price with inflation. We did not raise our prices with inflation either. So there is that. It really helps for Olympus. It does. So it's kind of like, it's a great thing. And my favorite thing is that community it builds. So Pythons is filled with pus. I personally wouldn't. That's like putting an infection into your snake. Personal preference, maybe. Oh, on feeding a snake. So here's the thing. If you got something with like a rat, like a tumor, feed it off. It's kind of gross, but it ain't going to hurt them. The diseases are so far separate, they're just going to pass on. I mean, they eat nasty shit pretty frequently. They'll be fine. So tumors, feed it. Abscesses, yeah, I may not deal with abscess. That'd probably be kind of bad. Yeah. I mean, their stomach should handle it, but why risk? Oh, Steve, we're talking about tumors there. Tinley this March, we will not be going to Tinley.
Oh, that's this March.
It is this March.
Yeah, no.
March is hard.
March is hard.
March is hard. Right now, everything's hard. Not everything, but March is hard. Life is going to be hard until August, and then it gets easier. Sorry. I know, I'm a junior high student.
That was good.
The tumor rat. Any new projects you're looking into? So this year, yeah, there are projects that are growing up this year. We have some new snakes we're raising up that'll push our new projects. When we wanted to skip a beat on Banana Pied. Won't be this year. We're raising that. Thanks to Anna, we're raising we have a new gene in chocolate we're working with. We have a chocolate orange dream hat clown, actually. I think it's that clown. Yeah, that's right. So those are some new things that have been added genetically. We have some things we're working on that we've never produced before with some of the clown stuff we're working on. We have produced clowns on a lot of it. Thanks, Trouser. We've got some new Xanthic combos we could be producing that we've never produced this year. We hopefully get to add some mahogany into our Banana Blitz Calico Black Pastel. That would be awesome. We're looking for our first super bananas. There's a lot of stuff we're really looking at doing, that we haven't done. So we'll see how it goes. What do you think is a new up and coming or genes to look into? So here's the thing. First and foremost, do what you like. First and foremost, you gotta enjoy it. So find something you like and go with it. Second, don't be the little kid soccer team. And here's my point. Have you ever watched little kids soccer? This is something one of my lieutenants used to say back in the day. You know, talking about, which I'll get more to that down the road in about 4 months. Don't be a little kid soccer team. That means the ball goes over here and the whole team goes over here. And they all kick in a pile on the ball, and they all go over here. The kid who does better is the kid who goes over here, so when the ball comes out, he's the first to it, right? So the trick is, where everybody else is going, don't automatically just rush there. If you stick with what you like, eventually it'll come back around. And here's the proof. Again, Canova. We'll use Canova as the proof because that is one of the standard setters, right? And why is he a standard setter? Because he finds new ways to combine genes that have been around a long time. Spot nose and clown. By the way, for those of you who hate spider, spot nose is also a wobble gene. Just throwing that out there. So don't tell me don't ever breed spider and then have a bunch of spot nose clowns in your collection, because I'm going to call you fucking straight out on that hypocrisy. But spot nose clown, the Pompeii, all those things, right, that he did. I don't mind the Philly thing, man. I'm not a Chiefs fan. I know I'm in Kansas, but they don't. I'm a Viking fan. We always lose. It's okay. We got JJ now. Come on, JJ. But so pick what you like and wait for it to come back around, or try to look at things and say, how would this be together? Sometimes it's going to be really cool. Sometimes it's going to be meh. But that's where you're going to hit it out of the park. And recessives are always going to hold better value than incomplete dominant. That's just the market, because it's hard to work with. You can't do it as quick, and people are impatient as hell. If you really want to have something that you know is going to hold up over time, double recessives and recessive combos are our best bang for the buck. So I'd be curious about that study. I mean, I don't know what causes it. It's definitely linked to that gene. And I mean, I guess it's assumed neurological because of the way it presents. But I mean, I'd be really curious about that study. It'd be kind of awesome. And the hate all comes from a handful of videos, and then everyone wanted to jump on board. And it's just kind of like a lot of it's tainted. Like the internet. The internet, everything gets seen one way. And then we all, oh my God! That's how we do as society. And it doesn't open up for looking both ways. That being said, if somebody doesn't want to have spider, that's okay. I don't say you have to have it. It should be personal choice. But we shouldn't just like we shouldn't unless there's pain in them or we prove that or anything like that. It could be maybe they have something wrong with their ear. That's possible. But it does happen more when they're excited too. So that may be part of it. I don't know. So anyway, I just feel like, if it was proved that they're in pain or their life was problematic in captivity, then yeah, we probably should do that. But there's nothing that says that. So the best place to contact me, JMH, is it'd probably be more through my cell phone, which is out there if you look hard enough, or somebody on Patreon gift. I'm not going to throw it out here because, but I do like doing...
Why not?
Why not? I do like doing podcasts. I'll be on anybody else's channel. I'm a whore for media attention, so it's cool. Absolutely. Well, not anybody's. There's a few people who I won't go on. I'm not going to get into that right now, but some of those things, I'll be on people who I have respect for anytime, or people who are I don't know, or people I have respect for. I'll be on people who I think are disrespectful asshats, or who I see do a lot of troll crap. I won't be on there. So the Facebook page, oh God, don't do that. Because there's hundreds and hundreds of messages I haven't gotten to. Oh, that's bad. Just shit. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Email me, maybe. Maybe email me.
Hit on up on Facebook.
Yeah, hit on up on Facebook and shoot me a number to contact you. That'd be the best way. That would work. I like that. Whew, that's better. Yeah, why don't you just slide on into honest DMs? That's fine. Just don't be creepy about it, right? Look for Flat Mountain Python. She'll pop up. I promise you. She's the only one named now. Her and Kevin. So, all right, guys. Any other questions for help out? We've got this for about 45 minutes now. So, and thank you all for tuning in. I do appreciate it. But it is time to slide over to Patreon and say hey to those folks And that's going to be a lot smaller group. So if they have questions, we can get right to them, which will be awesome. We're going to spend a good 15, 20 minutes over there for people to join us. And then I'm going to go eat because it is 7:15 in central United States right now in the great state of Kansas where we are located. So you all have a good night as well. Thank you all so much. And we will catch you all next time.